The law of attraction inherent in creation. Setting aside the old superstitious beliefs, we should find out why we should seek God. When we look at the processes of nature, we will see why. So I shall discuss today's subject from an entirely different standpoint, from the standpoint of science and of metaphysics. You will see what a wonderful analogy there is between the descension of the universe from God and the ascension of the universe back to God. Inherent in creation is the law of attraction. Celestial bodies exert their gravitational attraction on one another. Human beings are subject to the pull of good or evil. Many persons take to drink or to various other evil diversions. The saints are intoxicated with God. The man who turns from the church to the bar in the village inn is drinking unhappiness, destruction of health, and loss of keenness of mind. But he who goes into the church within himself and quaffs the inspiration of bliss that flows from the vintage keg of silence is ever happy. So goes the search for the infinite. When you understand the law of gravitation, you can understand the best way to tune in with the pull of God, and therefore the best way to find Him. Gravity's effect is seen when two bodies are free to move and they are drawn toward each other. Gravitation, according to physical science, is that attraction which exists between masses of matter, by virtue of which every such mass tends toward every other mass with a force varying directly as the product of the masses and inversely as the square of their distances apart. That is, if the distance between two masses is 1 foot, the attraction will be relatively strong, and if the distance is increased to 2 feet, the attraction will be only 1/4 as powerful. The law of gravity is universal, the same in the earth as in the sun, and in all objects in space. The sun gravitates the earth and the other solar planets and keeps them whirling around it. The earth gravitates the moon. The attraction of the earth for the bodies on its surface is the same as the earth's attraction toward the moon. The only difference is that the gravitational effect of the earth on the moon is reduced by the square of the distance from the moon to the earth's core. The mass of both objects and the distance between them determines the force of gravity. Gravity is not a one-sided pull, but the pull between two objects. Just follow this analogy. It will come to a beautiful spiritual understanding. Imagine, for example, that here are two bodies. You pull at one and it comes towards you, but if that body is pulling away from you with a force equal to your pulling, then there is a balance. The moon, by centrifugal force, is pulling away from the earth, but the gravitational attraction of the earth toward the moon keeps a balance. It is evident that the same force of gravity has given balance to the entire universe, so that the pull exerted by each object on every other maintains an orderly balance. Otherwise, all things would have flown apart in infinite space. On the other hand, if gravity were the sole force at work in the cosmos, everything would have melted into one mass of matter.